Hi, I'm Paul Bucknell. I'd like to introduce the New Testament Biblical Training Library from Biblical Foundations for Freedom. We are faithful to God's Word, not only in terms of the text that we believe in that is so essential, but in terms of applying it to our lives. That it's just not head knowledge, but it's something for our lives. In this one library, we find many biblical studies. The New Testament library includes resources from all the Gospel Acts, Pauline, Petrine, and other books. In the New Testament survey, we have the origins of the Bible that speaks about the special texts as well as stating why the liberal critics are there and that the Bible is just very reliable. Israel's 7 biblical holidays is great for something like the book of John. Lots of resources, effective teaching, covering learning, all bonus articles that we put in there. Now in the Gospels, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, we find a whole lot of key articles in each of the books. You'll see that there's a lot of diagrams and maps, and what I like is the outline, because I'm coming from it from a teacher's perspective, and to be able to understand the whole so we can understand the individual. It increases its power and understanding. Jesus' 7 I am statements, and special articles like this on John 2. The Great Transformation. Well, let's take a look at the book of Acts. There, again, we find a key outline, plan, power, preaching, purity, penetration of the book, of the gospel throughout the world. The New Testament Pauline epistles, we look at how the different epistles fit into the whole scheme that we've given in the book of Acts. Just so many key articles, power encounter, PowerPoints. We're just giving you a few here just to get a taste, of course, along with our maps. Pauline books, we have the book of Romans, outlines. We have a whole book on study questions, both basic and advanced. By living, what we mean is it is not just trying to understand what it says, but in a graphic, media-enriched way to communicate it with audio, with video, lots of diagrams, but really trying to understand it from a teacher's perspective. I've gone through this book and many of the others books, but I've taught them again and again and again, and so we understand how to teach them and what the truths are trying to be revealed. And book of Ephesians, again, we have PowerPoints, we have a lot of teaching, Colossians, Philippians, 1 Corinthians, and it just goes on, the Pauline epistles. We have just so many resources that you'd just love to have. Petrine books, same. We have outlines, PowerPoints, lots of studies through the book of 1 Peter, and even 2 books, one on 1 Peter Bible study questions and one on 2 Peter. And of course, there's many other books. I don't want to go through all of them. Articles all the way through the book of Hebrews, the book of Jude, 1 John, key outlines, Revelation. We have lots of different charts and diagrams. This is the New Testament Training Library, and it just includes so many different things, including a few of these books here. They're included an EPUB or PDF, so you can print them if you want, or just download them on your iPad or iPhone, smartphone, or whatever. So books, articles, PowerPoints, video, audio, study questions, lots of study questions, all there in that one library. Of course, we have a twin bargain. So we have both the Old and the New Testament, and you'll have it all with quick access. Now you can get this with ongoing cloud access. That means you have one key to each Old Testament and New Testament, and within that you can find all the individual articles. You don't have to download everything, just what you need when you want it. That MP3, I want that PowerPoint, well, you just download it. And so it just nicely fits on a pad or a laptop or whatever. So this is our great New Testament resource. We hope that you can acquire that on New Testament Biblical Training Library. Biblical Foundations for Freedom, www.foundationsforfreedom.net, releasing God's truth to a new generation.